Scotland select the same side that saw off Portugal in the quarters by 17-0. Andrew Turnbull and Colin Gregor both have an opportunity to get into the top 10 point scorers of all time. Canada are the epitome of an improving side. Tyson DeGoody, John Moonlight and Kieran Hearn are hard ball carrying forwards, whilst the entire back division of Matt, Duke, Hirayama and Jones play free-flowing sevens rugby. So out into the Luzhniki Stadium, such an iconic stadium here in Moscow, the 1980 Summer Olympic Games. And that man there, Andrew Turnbull, incidentally, if he was to score a hat-trick in this tie, he would become the second equal on tries scored on the Rugby World Cup, with the great Waisale Serevi on 19 tries. So Andrew Turnbull, as you can see on this graphic, 16 tries scored. A hat-trick here would get him up to, well, the maestro of himself. The whistler in the middle is Anthony Moyes from Sydney, Australia. He was telling me today he's looking forward to getting back to Sydney, where there's going to be some party atmosphere on when, of course, the red tide of the British and Irish Lions supporters flock into Sydney to watch the final test match. That's of the 15-a-side game. This is the 7-a-side game, and a place to up for grabs in this final. And they will play Samoa. The winner this time to play against Samoa, well, straight from the kickoff, John Moonlight gathers. And wider play here by Nathan Hirayama. Out wide, the Kieran Hearn, and this is Duke. Duke throws the ball back inside, that not backwards. Sean Duke, and this is Phil Matt, the scrum half. An awful lot depends on the work rate of Phil Matt. DeGoody, wide ball out on the far side to John Moonlight. So we've just seen in the initial, half a minute, how influential these Canadian forwards are to the cause.
Yeah, they're so quick too for big men, and unfortunately there Jones knocks on, Paws trying to put out the back door, just fell off his fingertips, but good direct play there from the Canucks first up. But you have to say well defended too there by Scotland. The defensive structures in place, well covered.
Canada secured their place in next year's IRB Sevens World Circuit Series by getting through to the quarterfinals in the tournament held in Glasgow. Now Scotland attacking from depth. This is Colin Gregor, their playmaker. Gregor, the most experienced player within the Scotland squad. Scotland up over the 10-yard line. Struan, this is Colin Gregor once again. So Gregor finding that he's had the ball in his hands on plenty of occasions, desperately trying to get the ball back. Christine has to go in, but knock on here from Scotland.
Quite an upset at the tackle ball area. First it was John Moonlight, and then Kieran Hearn come in as the second assist to create that turnover. And now midfield scrum, great attacking opportunity. Hirayama will go directly behind Duke. The man that has the hot hand goes to the right.
Suggested that Kieran Hearn was going in the forwards. Harry Jones is packing down on this side, so Hearn's out on the far right. He's a strapping flying winger. So Colin Gregor down on the ball. Dewar goes over the top. Well, Scotland just getting a little bit bunched there when they had possession. First look then at Andrew Turnbull. Turnbull doesn't really have enough room to show his pace, switches the play to Thompson. Now Jim Thompson, who has been called into the squad from playing 15s at the London Scottish Club, has found young Chris Dean. Dean, well, he had the support of Scott Riddell in the middle, but I think this ball came off Anthony Moyes, did it?
To come back from an assistant referee call, Dean pleaded with the ref because he felt he was in the way of a supporting player. Let's listen in.
Okay. By number 10 wide. 10. Is yellow card enough? Okay, yellow card against number 10.
So it sounds as though it was a late tackle on by Kieran Hearn, and this will put the advantage in Scotland's favour, because the big winger will be yellow carded here.
It was late, and it was dangerous.
Elite tackle in that case.
Here is fine.
The officiating has been very good here. Rugby World Cup sevens, and not much is missed by these sharp eyes of the full team under the watchful banner of Paddy O'Brien. Now Dean, well, he went for that little pop pass to Riddell. Perhaps loses possession. Well, I think quite fortunate there. Turnbull, quick tap and restart. Scotland yet to break into the Canadian half, but this kick is good from Gregor. The bounce falls into Sean Duke. And Sean Duke did so well there, didn't he? Just to fend off and get over the 22 line, reset the play. So clever play there from Sean Duke.
Abrasive play there by the big number 6, and what he's done is given his team an opportunity with ball in hand. They're keeping it close, they've got limited numbers, but a penalty goes for Scotland.
Well, Canada won and beat Tonga in the quarterfinal by 26-0. Scotland beat Portugal by 19 points to 0, so neither side conceding a point in the quarterfinals. And it's nip and tuck here. Dean backs himself, and Christine for Scotland in for the opening try. This young kid has caught the eye, certainly here. The 19-year-old played in the Youth Commonwealth Games in 2011 under the Isle of Man, and he's broken into the team in Moscow.
They've had to do a lot of tackling. You see the desperation there, fingertip stuff, but Christine has the power to break through. And they needed to get on the scoreboard with a numerical advantage to Scotland, and they do exactly that.
Colin Gregor. 7th conversion on offer and of the weekend. So Colin Gregor gets the conversion to extend Scotland's lead. So Scotland 7-0 to the good, and edging ahead to much to the delight of Stephen Gemmell there, and behind him John Manson, the manager, and Gemma Scott, the physiotherapy, or the physiotherapist I should say. So Gregor with the restart.
The Canadians now getting back their full complement as Karen Hearn comes back onto the field. Nanya Dalla also.
Yeah, Tyson Degoody has come off, I think, as a blood replacement. Degoody's streaming with blood at the side of the pitch. This is Phil Mack then. Mack up and over the halfway line. Hirayama went in to collect ball, but a knock-on adjudged by referee Moyes. As the Scots right on halfway line, right in the centre.
At this stage of the tournament, a high turnover of players as Scotland making a replacement. Also, Mark Robertson comes on and Tuesday 11. A lot of nicks and bruises.
Do you think that's a tactical decision? It looks as though Christine was he's looking around, is he clutching an arm there? Anyway, back to the action. Mark Robertson, slightly isolated, manages to get to deck. Scott Riddell there. Thompson, well, direct running comes in from Struan Dewar. This is Shaw from the Glasgow Hawks Club, and an ex-professional player with the Glasgow Warriors in the 15s code, got awarded a 7s contract, and certainly his experience is mightily needed. But on that occasion, into the contact he went, lost possession for his team.
We talk about experience. Nanya Dalla using all of his here. He's an open side flanker in a 15-a-side game, and he just holds up Turnbull, creates a turnover. Great recognition here.
Yeah, Nanya Dalla incident. He plays for the Castaway Wanderers in British Columbia in the winter and the Periri Wolfpack in the summer. So 12-month game. Scotland, though, going down that short side. Thompson presents the ball. This is Gregor Shaw onto Dewar. Robertson backs himself. Mark Robertson, the son of Keith Robertson, the former Scotland international centre. Good width here for Scotland's play. Thompson, will he back himself? Inside Maxson. He goes, reaches for the line. Now, did the ball make contact? No, it didn't, said referee Moyes. So a let off for Canada. And congratulations from the tackler Harry Jones on Jim Thompson.
Well, it deserved a try. Just keeps the power on. Saw that it was Phil Mack in front of him. Jeez. Minded a second look, I thought that was all right. Here we go here. So he loses it, gets it down.
Yeah, the ball adjudged to lose forward. Half time then here in the second plate semi-final. Is Scotland leading by 7 points to 0 over Canada.
Everybody decisive. We don't dance, we just challenge it hard outside that second pass. Everybody, listen, you're outside the second pass, you have a go. Everybody knows we're going to do that, so we're picking up an inside and an outside support. We win the collision, we get round the corner. We're not living with us when we come round the corner. Right? Defensively, let's just keep working.
There we start, we win it, we attack now. Attack the first minute of the second half. Attack them. Right, let's go. Come on, dig now, boys. Let's go. Boys, they're fucking, right? It's not going to come in the first minute. It's going to come at the end, right? Work. Fucking do this. What do you bring down?
Well, apologies if you've picked up any inappropriate language there, but it's a very intense game. And we're privileged to get inside the huddles of both the Canadian team and Scotland and listen to the words of their coaches, the respective coaches, Geraint John of Canada and Stephen Gemmell of Scotland. A confidence in that Scotland team there.
Well, Gemmell was talking about the Canadians can't stay with the Scottish, they go around the corner, so it means going the same way.
And all that's doing, Carlton Anna alongside me, is just stretching that Canadian defence and getting them to work a little bit harder on the defensive chores. So Sean Duke looks on as Colin Gregor starts this second half. A place in the plate final is up for grabs, and whoever wins this tie will end up playing against Samoa. Samoa, who just beaten Argentina, and Harry Jones will have something to say about that. This is Duke. Duke takes on Shaw. Riddell comes in, but Harry Jones has got the support line running. Well tackled by Colin Shaw. Now there's men over there. If Canada can just go wide, this is Kieran Hearn running wide. Out to Hirayama, Nathan Hirayama, tackled by Robertson. Gregor's also there. Max recycle possession. This is Dalla. Dalla shows he has the strength to go over despite Turnbull's attempted tackle. The try's been scored. And, well, one of the biggest men in the Canadian team was up against one of the smallest players in the Scotland team, and Andrew Turnbull just missed the tackle on Nanyak Dalla.
Well, a lot to admire about this try from Canada, but Nanyak Dalla, I think he's been one of the best for Canada this weekend. I don't know why he hasn't started. He's always made an impact when he's come on. And you can't get any better than this. Good determination there from Nanyak Dalla to get the ball down.
Additional 2 points is good from Nathan Hirayama. Dalla there. He's had 18 caps for in the 15s game and played in 3 Rugby World Cups. Well, the ball not 10, of course, the scoring team kick-off in 7-a-side rugby. Unlike in 15-a-side, if you score, you receive the kick-off from your opposition. So Colin Gregor, under 5 minutes left in the clock, second half. Turnbull scragged and brought down on the deck by Hearn. Well, Duke seemed to come there and play it with his hand, and quite rightly penalised. This is Jim Thompson. Thompson wide to Riddell. Scotland quite happy to try and get some shape through Robertson. Big tackle comes in from Harry Jones. Dumps Riddell onto the turf here in the Luzhniki Stadium. Scotland just playing down the tight channels. How many blue jerseys do you see in their car? There must be about 6.
Yeah, Nathan Hirayama's realised that and he's taking the quick tap. Here they go. Nanyak Dalla on the inside.
Colin Gregor back to make the tackle. This is Phil Mack round the outside, and Canada have struck back in the second half. And John Moonlight touches down.
I think one of the Scottish defenders is going to be in trouble here for a late tackle, but you're right, Scott, you highlighted it. They sent too many numbers into that breakdown. I think it was 4 or 5. Nathan Hirayama realised that, took the quick tap, and
The try still stand? Yeah. Okay. Is it yellow card? So 8 blue. Okay. Captain and number 8.
Kieran Hearn was sent off with a yellow card in the first half for Canada. Now it's going to be Colin Shaw.
Number 8.
This is going to be huge in the context of this game. There it is.
Okay, you can only have 6 on the field. Okay, I'll send him off after the conversion. Time on.
Well, the additional 2 points to come is good. And Nathan Hirayama just sticks his team out to a 7-point differential, and also a 1-man differential. Just to remind you, in that case, Colin Shaw has been sent to the sin bin for a late tackle, so he'll spend 2 minutes in the sin bin. And well, Scotland scored with the advantage with the extra man when Kieran Hearn in the first half was sent to the sin bin. And well, can Scotland with 6 men see if they can get a try back? You notice how Scotland are playing down that blind side again, trying to stretch that Canadian defence before it coming wide open. But Nanyak Diala, great work to steal ball off Struan Dewar, and Phil Mack, alert to the situation, gives to Harry Jones. This is Duke on the outside. Nathan Hirayama now. Hirayama shreds the tackle, or attempted tackle, of Andrew Turnbull, and Turnbull, who's actually defended well, doesn't nail his man, and with it probably has well, that try has maybe won the tie for Canada.
Well, great work here by Nathan Hirayama, and these two guys have done battle on a number of occasions on the 7 series circuit, and on this one Hirayama comes out on top.
So Nathan Hirayama with the additional 2 points to come. Hirayama has played in 20 events in the IRB 7 circuit, and he's nailed a great conversion to extend that lead for Canada. There's Colin Shaw, and Andrew Turnbull off the field, so he won't be extending his impact at the top try of one of the top try scorers of all time. Andrew Turnbull currently in 4th position on 16 tries and likely to remain there.
There's some great names on there. Marika Vunumbaka, one of the best ever in Waisale Sarebe, Brian Limar, the Samoan legend, and Andrew Turnbull putting himself in that conversation.
So a minute to go. You really need, well, from a Scotland perspective, they really need to get one against the head, go the length, and then score again. So highly unlikely. Canada have got this one absolutely sewn up. Good strong platform there from their forwards, and that's where we said that Canada needed to perform. And the ball slips loose. 40 seconds on the clock. And not quite enough time perhaps for Scotland. This is Michael Maltman. Maltman, strong, plays for the Heriots Rugby Club in Edinburgh. Down the blind side goes Colin Gregor. But when you're a Canadian, your clock's your best friend. When you're a Scot, it's against you. Scott Riddell. So can Scotland have the last say in this tie? Gregor out to Struan Dewar. Dewar tackled by Dala, and he's certainly made his presence known in this Canadian team. Big tackle comes on. James Johnson has to go to deck. Johnson to Riddell. But a knock-on there brings an end to Scotland's campaign here in the Rugby World Cup Sevens 2013. It will be Canada who go forward into the plate final. They'll play Samoa. Congratulations all round. Canada, well, they've got the glory this one, leading 3 converted tries. The final score then is 21 points to Scotland 7.